There's no doubt that the best keyboards are mechanical keyboards, but which is best for you? We've rounded up 5 of our favorite gaming keyboards we've tested recently, and put together this buying guide to help you make your choice. The right gaming keyboard ultimately comes down to the right feel while you're playing. Membrane switches are familiar but often spongy. Mechanical keyboards offer key switches that are responsive when typing or moving in a game and feel good to push down. That feel is important, because the keyboard is the peripheral you'll spend the most time with at your PC, and it has to feel right. Let's now check the best gaming keyboards 2018. 1. Corsair Vengeance K70 RGB. Two. Cooler Master Storm Quickfire TK, clean and minimal. Cooler Master has packed gaming keyboard and mouse together for mutually benefiting uses. The design is expected to be basic at first look. It's one of the best mechanical keyboards from Cooler Master. You have options to choose both partial as well as complete illumination. Polling rate can be lower than 1 ms. 3 switch modes are available: Cherry MX Blue, Brown, and Red. The model has a compact dimension of 14.9 x 5.4 x 1.3 inches. 6 feet cable comes along with the device to give you that extra bit of movability. 3. Razer Black Widow Chroma, top sold keyboard. Four. Tesoro Excalibur G7NL, standard yet strong. Best features. Firstly, G7NL doesn't have missed keys, thanks to N-key rollover. 3 switches are available: red, blue, and brown. Its gaming-grade mechanized keys account for 60 million key actuation. Rubberized bottom acting as anti-slip measure helps extreme gaming experience. It packs 512 kilobytes onboard macros memory. Multiple modes. 3 switches help a great deal in gaming and productivity. 3 LED patterns prove they're valid for all types of activities. It's quite easy to change instantly between the modes too. When you are a busybody who loves to multitask, you can't thank this feature enough. Reasonable for gaming. If you rate on gaming experience alone, G7NL is just winning marginally. The switches hold excellent for intense typing rate during gameplay. Gaming modes and macros keys do what is described. The option of switching between more than 2 LED modes should come handy. 5. CM Storm Quickfire Rapid Eye, minimalistic design.
Alright, first we're going to go over the Cherry MX Red switch. As you can see here, just like all our CM Storm keyboards that have the red switch, it's going to have the red backplate accenting the red switch itself. The red switch itself is actually the lightest of the linear bunch. It's 45 grams of actuation force, and the linear action is a smooth transition the entire way through. So you're not going to have any tactile bump or clicky feel while the switch actuates. The actuation point is at 2 millimeters down, while the bottom out point is 4 millimeters total. This is a perfect switch for FPS players, as you can do the strafing very, very easily, as well as a wonderful typing switch due to the light actuation force at 45 grams. Next up, we're going to go over the Cherry MX Blue. It's one of the most common switches from Cherry, as well as one of the most easy to define as a mechanical switch. You get a lot of tactile feedback, but also a lot of audible clicking as well. That clicking happens at 2 millimeters and at 50 grams of actuation force. So you're going to have about a 5-gram actuation force heavier than both the red and the brown. It's a wonderful switch to type on because you get the audible feedback as well as the tactile bump. So you can see without the visual representation, you're able to know that you hit your actuation point. Next up, we have the Cherry MX Brown switch. This is where we recommend all of our new mechanical users to start with. It's basically the best middle of the road switch out there. It has a 45 gram actuation force like the Cherry Red, but what makes this switch unique is it does have the tactile bump with a less audible click unlike the blue. It's a very light sound when you hit that bump. It's a wonderful switch to start with. It's also fantastic for RTS as you're able to feel the actual tactile point without having to have visual representation on screen. Next up, we have the Cherry MX Black switch. This is one of the heaviest switches from the Cherry family. What makes it different from some of the others is it is a linear switch, but it requires 60 grams of actuation force to hit that point. It's quite a bit more actuation than all the other three switches we've gone over, so that can cause finger fatigue if you're using this as a straight typing keyboard. On the other hand, the return rate and the reactiveness of the switch is phenomenal, which makes it a perfect FPS game keyboard, as well as racing, like with cars and whatnot. You're able to actually have that return rate for strafing, which is perfect.
There are tons of keyboards we still haven't reviewed but love to get our hands on. If there's any, in particular, you want us to check out, let us know in the comments. That's all guys. Thank you for watching and I hope you find the best gaming keyboard.